There are many good reasons to consider visiting Kenosha's Southport Marina. This is a review from a sailor's point of view, so stay until the end to get the real sailor's lowdown. I'll be covering the marina's location, amenities, things to do, dock configuration, and accessibility. The marina development was conceived in 1989 by the city, but it wasn't until 2003 when a partnership was formed with a private company to create the well-developed, maintained, protected, and amenitied marina as it stands today. In addition to 435 slips in the harbor, Southport Marina Development Company owns and runs the 80,000 square foot indoor heated storage facility, a maintenance staff, the ship's store, the boater's lounge, a gym, restrooms, showers, laundry, and an outdoor pool and hot tub. The marina has a very approachable vibe, and the ownership seems to be motivated to foster this with approachable and friendly service. It would seem there is little lacking in the way of amenities, yet a standout feature of this marina is the location in proximity to the charming shops of downtown Kenosha, the harbor market, the museums, the canal boardwalk, and the several restaurants and bars. Kenosha is the fourth largest city in Wisconsin with a population of over 100,000, and the city offers much to do and see for visitors. Of note is the charming and well-maintained streetcars that run between the lakefront and the city metro railway station. They have distinctive throwback paint schemes. The Metro Rail gives visitors from Chicago an alternative transportation method to visit Kenosha. The Harbor Market is a large open-air farmers market, open on Saturdays from the morning to early afternoon, where vendors from all around come to show off their crafts and goods. You will find many varieties of cheeses, baked goods, sauces, crafts, as well as on-demand food and beverages. The downtown area is worth a meander for the fun and unique shops, and you'll likely be enticed into a local eatery, craft brewery, or lounge. Easily overlooked would be the Pleasant Prairie Outlet Mall, located 8 miles southwest from the marina. A quick cab or rideshare would get you to a wide variety of shopping at affordable prices. Now let's come back to the harbor with the eyes of a sailor. The seawalls are well constructed and designed to keep the potentially significant sea state of Lake Michigan out, which would explain the narrow southern-facing channel entrance. The seawalls are high, which restricts visibility, and I'm not always a fan of narrow harbor openings with high walls, but you can imagine that the design is effective in keeping a rough sea state out of the harbor. Once inside the harbor, I would note the lack of turnaround or loitering spaces. The depth in the harbor is between 10 and 6 feet in places, and I noticed a couple of markers in the wider space near to the easy to find and access fuel dock relative to the harbor entrance. I suspect these are marking a shallower point in the harbor that one would want to stay clear of. Please comment if you can provide insight into these particular markers. If I were visiting this harbor with my 42-foot long-keeled sailboat, I would hope to find docking between H and I docks, or between D and E docks, or on the south side of A dock, so as to have ample room to maneuver or turn when docking or leaving the dock. This footage was taken late in October, which explains why most of the docks are empty during this visit. Everyone's getting ready for winter, but that level of vacancy is not representative of the summertime months. Once docked in this marina, it would be hard not to appreciate how accessible everything is. As mentioned earlier, the fuel dock is located right near the harbor entrance. There is a jacuzzi, a fitness center, a bathroom, and grilling location at the building entrance of docks A and B. An additional bathhouse can be found at the entrance of C, D, and E docks. There are laundry facilities and a bathhouse at the base of I dock, with an outdoor pool and hot tub located just behind that building. The boat storage and maintenance facility is adjacent, and the harbor office is located just behind the storage area. I think it's pretty neat that the same company running the marina also runs an adjacent storage facility. You won't find that in Chicago. Parking is free and readily available adjacent to the west side of the marina. The beautiful green space provided to the south at Wolfenbüttel Park and the promenade along the Kenosha Canal are both incredibly walkable and pleasantly near to the marina. The Kenosha Yacht Club is a short walk on the north side of the canal, which offers races, classes, seminars, boat storage with lift operations, as well as a bar and grill. Yacht clubs are vibrant gathering places for sailing communities, and this is no exception. They offer reciprocity to members of other yacht clubs. The Marina website is well organized and full of most information you would require if visiting or leveraging this facility as a resident. The dock map is readily obtainable and easy to read. The cost for seasonal slips, transient slips, or storage are all easy to find. Maintenance service is available for a wide variety of needs. You can reserve a slip as a transient through the Dockwell reservation system, but in these waters you might also just try calling or hailing on VHF channel 16 to request a slip. A quick note about me, I've been sailing Lake Michigan for over 15 years and yearn to retire early so I can sail the world's oceans. I'll likely sell everything in favor of a nomadic lifestyle overseas, and I hope to do this as early as 2027. In the meantime, I'll continue to highlight the Lake Michigan sailing life, inclusive of sailing skills, equipment, sailing destinations, and boat maintenance. I've also recently found a romantic partner, which is both exciting and scary as it relates to these plans, but more to come on that. I want to thank my subscribers. I really appreciate your support. If you have stayed until the end of this video, I'd really appreciate it if you would press that like button. It will absolutely help the channel grow if you did. Check out this video for a recent review of New Buffalo's Municipal Marina. This is Sailor Eric. Thanks for watching.